Namaste.
Namaste. So
Namaste.
this mean hello, right?
Yeah, hello. It's a form of greeting.
Okay. Namaste,
Namaste.
Ashka. So can you introduce yourself and then tell us who you are, where you come from, and then why you want to study your program in United States?
I'm Ashka Patel. I'm currently pursuing masters in computer science with specialization in data science. I did my bachelor's back in India in computer engineering. I got into computer engineering due to my father because he has a degree in electrical engineering. So I used to have interest in things when I was little. I used to accompany him when he repaired things like TV or anything, or when he set up a computer. So it really got me interested in computer hardware side. So I chose computer engineering as my bachelor's, and during my bachelor's, I got interested in databases and how data works and what more insights and analytics of data. So I choose to pursue masters in data science. And why United States? Because United States has the best education system in the world. You can say that the best universities and programs, along with amazing professors, are present in United States. And USC was a really good school for computer science, uh, for a computer science master. So I chose USC. I applied to numerous schools, but uh, I got into computer engineering and computer science. But uh, the best one was the USC. So here I am at USC.
Yeah, absolutely right. I believe that you choose the best options.
Yeah.
So can you share more a little bit what is the process you for in your country when you're applying to the USC, and then what kind of difficulty you went through during the application process?
So, for studying in US at any university, you need to apply for GRE exam and one English exam for your English proficiency. So there are IELTS and TOEFL. USC has option for anything. You can apply for IELTS or TOEFL, whereas universities need only particularly TOEFL for US studies, and GRE is compulsory exam. So before coming here, we need to prepare for two exams, and GRE is most based on mathematics and high level of English. So it's you need almost a 6 month to prepare for each exam to excel in that. And according to GRE score plus your bachelor scores, you get into a good school in US. So you need to work on both simultaneously. So it's a bit hectic because you are on your last semesters and you need to do school projects and everything. Along with you have to study for this competitive exams where you need really good scores. And application procedure starts in October, November, for every school for next fall semester. So it's like you need to give exam a year before or 6 months prior before the application procedure starts. Because you list out the school according to your GRE scores. So the top universities um, needs 330 out of 340 for. So you need to plan through your bachelor scores and GRE scores before choosing a university to study in the US.
Wow, that's very intense. Yeah. So, but you made it. So I'm really proud of you. So when you first started when you get your program started in the United States, can you share do you have any difficulties or challenges? It's very hard to go through, but you still manage it.
Yeah, for it was really very difficult for me in the first semester because you have shifted to entirely different country where things works differently, and you need to manage everything on your own, along with studies and food and transportations and the coursework. I and during my first semester, I took up really difficult subjects because I didn't contacted many seniors or anyone to guide me what are the courses to take to adjust into the new environment. So it was a bit difficult educationally, as well as I didn't used to live near campus in the first semester. My relatives are here, so I used to live in Irvine. So and I used to transport through and fro from the university every day. It was a 2 hour journey, so it was a bit hectic, and it was really difficult first semester in the US.
Wow. So I want to go back to one of the question I want to ask you. So when you prepare your exam, you prepare your moving. Do you have anyone that can help you to go through all kind of question you have?
Uh, and I didn't
Oh,
get you,
oh,
Chi.
sorry. Yeah. When you go through your preparation process for your exam, for even though for your housings in the United States, do you have anyone help you to go through all the process?
Yeah, there are various groups in India where people help you out through the application procedure, like what to expect in how to prepare LOR, SOP, and what to uh, give into the application procedure. And there were some very Facebook groups and WhatsApp groups where you can find housing for around near the university, so you can join them too.
So it seems like those like the social media groups is kind of helpful for you.
Yeah,
So this would be great if you can share a couple links for me, and then I really want to take looks too. Yeah.
yeah, sure.
After
I'll
that,
check it
yeah.
out. Mhm.
I came from Hong Kong, so in Hong Kong, USC also have a office to kind of help the student to get connections, to help them to go through all kind of application. I believe that this is at least for my country, this is a good entry point to start to get everything prepared. Yeah. So also in during the school, so you talk about you're living in a new country, you need to get everything settled down. How about do you have anything beside the school? Do you have any housing, driving, or any like the even though to application you is really hard for you in the very beginning?
Yeah, driving around in LA, it was difficult because we don't have any license to drive one. In India, we have uh, left side driving, and here the driving is in opposite side. So you need to learn driving first, apply for license, then you can drive around. And the bus system is really complicated around here. So traveling it's difficult because you need either cycle or skateboard or something to go to and fro from place, and
Mhm.
rely on bus. So it's bit of time consuming.
Mhm.
uh in It's like a luxury to have a car here. It's a bit expensive to own a car and maintain a car. The
Mm.
starting point.
So right now, do you have a car right now, or
No, I don't have one. I
so?
even don't have a license.
Oh, so do you plan to get your driver license?
Yeah, I plan to get my driving license in 1 or 2 weeks. Finally, I should get one.
Oh, so you finished your exam already, right? You finished your driving test and written test already, right?
I know nothing. Actually, it's been hectic throughout the year for me, so I haven't applied for driving class license
Mm.
at all.
Yeah, because when you graduate soon, I know that. So that when you graduated, so when you want to do interviews, so right now we do a lot of virtual interviews, but after the pandemic, I think it's very soon. So you may need to have travel around. So, but right now we have Uber, so that we have other kind of ride sharing. So that's
Yeah.
could be helpful too. So cool. So also for so you it seems like you integrated to the US culture very well. So when you um Do you have any tips you can share to the people come from your country?
My most important tip would be connect with people from every aspect of life. Like you don't need to have connections only in your background. You can connect with different architecture people or pharmaceutical people, because you uh, connection is a very important thing, because a simple job or a simple on campus job you get based on your connection. So it's important to make a huge friend group and have a good not you should like have a good connection with people, so that you can live here easily, to make your life easy here in the US.
Well, yeah, that's absolutely right. Because, you know, when you're living in something you have no idea, so to get someone support, this is very important to help you to make your life easier. And
Yeah.
also, I just wonder, it seems like you have a lot of help from the different people. So how you make your connections with other people?
My most I made friends from India only. Actually, we met on flight and we get to know each other. So they were students only. We started talking and we got to know that, oh, you are two coming to USC. So I made 3 to 4 friends on the flight only, and they have their friends here too. So by this, I got to know a lot of people here, and LinkedIn is the best place to uh,
Oh,
connect
LinkedIn.
with other people. Yeah.
Got you, got you. Hey, can you help me to do some promotions when you know some people want to apply to USC to grad student? Let me know, and then I want to hire them to do the programming as well.
Sure.
Yeah, you know, we really hard to find good talent. So I'm really happy to, you know, to know more. So even though we may not work together, but at least to have a connection, right?
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So
I'll show you.
yeah. So can you talk about your college life when with your classmate in the United States?
College life is fun along with studies, because and the best place at USC is the Levy Library.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was open, my friends and I used to spend the whole night in the Levy Library doing assignments and studying. And it was a fun experience, because you get to you can do work all together, and you don't feel lonely here. And they also helps you in understanding various concepts, and helps out you in your assignments and everything.
So so in the school, are you always hang out with the classmate from your country, or you hang out with the different background of the people?
uh, i I used to make friends from different background, but in the long run we'll just lose connection, because the master program is a bit difficult, and I used to hang with my group of friends only from my classmates. So it's difficult to maintain relationship with other group of friends outside studies.
Mm, yeah, I think that the master, how long for the master program is 2 years, right?
It's 2 years, yeah.
2 years very quick, and then you also you need to spend a lot of time to adjust your lifestyle in the United States. You need to pick up all kind of adapt to the new environments, school,
Yeah.
and then schoolwork, and then 2 years like crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
need to find job for your living expensive also along
I
with your
know,
studies.
I know. Yeah, one thing I is you kind of very special because we know each other, and also you're working in the United States. So can you share about what is your working experience? And then I know that we works together, but I never heard how you feel the working style in the United States, and then maybe you can do some comparison between United States and your hometown as well.
Uh, let me start with my hometown. I didn't work much in during my bachelor's. I did an internship for 2 months, so it was not much of a learning experience. Just what they told us to do, and we would do and submit it to them. So that's it. We didn't had good. We didn't get to build good connections and relations. It was just work, and that's all. But here, I always say to my friend that the ITS is the best place you can get an on campus job, or in future if you want full time too, because the people are very supportive, and the work times are very adjusting. So it's not like you need to work in that time frame. You can work after or before, or you can tell your supervisor, no, I want to leave today, and it's not a big issue. It's very relaxing and comforting environment, and I work virtual and on site, both both ways. So it's good experience working with ITS. It was really a good experience.
Mm, okay, cool. So, the most difficult moment when you study abroad in the United States?
The difficult moment
The
was
most difficult moment, yeah. One of the most.
studying here. The how people how the professor teaches here and what they expect you to do, it's very different from India. There
Mm,
were other assignments were more laid back, not that strict grading, and you can take help from friends, and if you don't know, it was not you can google something out and work out your assignments. But here you need to do it on your own. You can take help from your friends, otherwise you'll get caught into plagiarism, so nobody helps out you in assignment because of that fear. And the and the if some concepts are very difficult, you need to search various books and watch YouTube videos to complete the assignments. So the assignments here I find the most difficult,
mm.
because you need to do everything on your own without any help. Yeah, there are TAs and professor there, but at the end, it's all on you.
So, yeah, you mentioned that their expectation is quite different, right? And then also in the United States, everything have to be original. So,
Yeah,
and then otherwise you have to quote or cite the information where you get it from. So, but in your country, it's more relaxed, right? So that's why
yeah,
you
it's
have
more
this kind
relaxed.
of the cultural difference. And then also the expectation. Can you give me more information about the expectation? What kind of difference of expectation you?
Here your assignments are checked thoroughly. Like there are TAs and graders. In India, there is most of our universities, the professor grades everything. There are no TAs and graders there. So for grading and everything, he doesn't pay too much notice to small things, and you get it's a bit easy scoring. Here attention to detail is more, so you need to get everything right, and you need the perfect answer to get the full score. Most of our assignments are coding and deriving algorithms, so I we just use Google for it. There were no resources needed from the school. Like we didn't go to library, pick out a book, open it, and uh,
Mhm.
used it. It was just googling stuff.
Mm. Yeah, I think the library, this is another good topic. I think the library, we should have a better names because they're not function as a library anymore, right? So
Yeah,
you just use a library as a gathering space, and then because there's historically library have a huge area, and then they have good chairs, table inside, and then but right now no one go to the library to pick up any book. I have one semester, I need to find one physical copy. End up I spend so much time to go
oh
to
god.
the Doheny Library. They have a central area, and then I have to find it. The first time I will fail, I cannot find a book, and then I talked to the librarian. So he told me that it is what it is. So if you can find it, this is your book. Otherwise, we cannot help you out. I believe that because the use of the library is very different now. Also, the maintenance is is very different. So and then yeah, maybe we should have a better name for the library.
Yeah.
Study space.
Yeah, study space is for Levy Library. Study space is the perfect name because nobody goes to Levy Library, pick out a book and study. There are study rooms and spaces that you need to book to study there and give interviews, practices, and do assignments. So it's more like a study. Levy Library is more like a study space at USC.
Mm. Yeah, I also I have some tour. I went to different university. They do have a lot of study room. So they intentionally to break down their spaces to more like a room. So and then have the student can have a small group to have 3 to 4 people as a group to discuss, and then they have the whiteboard or monitor. They can collaborate. So yeah, again, so I believe that the use of the library is so different than maybe 5 or 10 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Ashka. So it seems like do you think that you already fixed your technical difficulty? You can share your
Uh,
screen.
yeah, let me check. Okay. I actually I have a recording of my project because the project need we need the database was hosted on AWS and I need to start up everything for that. So I'm just show you the recording. It's that my screens got gets black after some time, or is
No, right now I can see your screen. Your screen is perfect. Yeah.
okay. So it's not blacking out for you.
No, no. I can see you have the global weather applications. This is
I
your
don't know why this blacking out for me. It's like black.
right now it's back. Right now I see it's loading now. Just the loading, a cursor with the loading.
Oh, oh sorry.
No, no, no.
So we made a global weather application like it's more like
Hey, would you
comparison.
mind share your screen? I cannot see your screen sharing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, no, take your time. Yeah.
Okay, so we made a weather application website where it shows the correlation of temperature and CO2 of the world. And according to the country, you can get information, and according to the city, you can get the current updates in the. And we use two databases, Firebase and MySQL. That was hosted on AWS. So these are the databases. It's the Firebase is a real-time database. You can edit your data and it reflects onto your application in the real time.
Hmm.
So both are database. This is our front end. You enter the name of the city, like for Los Angeles, it fetches the data from a weather API and displays you the
Hmm.
current weather information. And if you enter the uh, country, any country in the world, it gives you the CO2 and temperature correlation calculations
Hmm.
fetching from the two database. We implemented charts in our program, and there is another chart where you can see the CO2 ratio for the world for different countries and different continents. So this was our website development project in last semester that we did.
Oh wow. So you using the AWS and Firebase So Firebase Google, right? Is a Google product,
Yeah,
right?
it's Google Firebase.
So would you mind share a little bit how you came up this architecture using AWS, you're using Google, and what kind of SQL you're using? You're using MySQL, right?
Yeah, there was requirement that we need to use NoSQL and SQL database in our project. So
Mm-hmm.
we chose Firebase as our NoSQL database, and we use MySQL for our SQL database. And we hosted that our MySQL database was huge. So from fetching data, it was a bit difficult, and from the workbench, so we did that MySQL database on AWS.
Mm. So the AWS school, they offered AWS for your team, right? Or you have to pay for your AWS?
No, we paid for our AWS.
Oh, is this expensive when you finish?
No, it was not. It's depend on how much time you use. So when someone used to work on our project, we just opened the AWS and we used to close it when
Mm-hmm.
our work was done.
Oh, so as long as you close it,
Close it,
the
yeah,
cost is also manageable, right?
yeah.
I have a project before, right? The project that we are working on are using AWS, and then also based on the hour, we're using elastic storage for
Okay,
the video storage. So the pilot project was went really well. So I learned about um, the Linux. I have good exposure with AWS, and then that was really fun. So because right now we also working on a project talking about database, right? Can you share about a little bit what is the difference between the NoSQL and SQL database?
more SQL database is more in a tabular form. So there are tables in SQL database, but in NoSQL database there are various different formats. So the Firebase was the JSON format, and I don't know much of the difference, but this is the formatting difference and the integrations. Like you can perform more functions on the NoSQL database comparatively to MySQL database.
Oh, so you mean more functions, right? You can
Yeah, it's easy to incorporate like the structure of the JSON. So when we were using with Python, it was easy to implement and more convert it into various forms.
mm,
And it's live. So the Firebase is live database. I mean, to just change it at one place. But MySQL database, if it is connected, changing and updating, it's a bit of a hassle at that in MySQL database.
yeah, I remember last semester I did a research from my class. We're talking about the government.art. Originally, the project architecture, they sculpted a relational database, which is SQL, right? And then and update they because the number of users and then the data capacity, they have to switch to NoSQL database to hand execute the projects. So compare with these two type of database, do you see any performance? What is the performance between two type of database?
Uh, I don't know actually about the performance because it was mostly same with both of it. I think NoSQL is the accessing is bit faster as our MySQL was hosted in the on the cloud. It was similar procedure, so I don't know more about which one is more
Mm.
faster.
So when okay, so yeah, because to actually test out the performance, you have a specific task. You need to generate random data and then kind of to jam to the database to see when they're going to break down. So yeah, that's a different exercise. But in the future, when you have projects, do you have any preference for the database selection?
I don't mind anything, but I've been more preferable to working with SQL database because
Mhm.
I like my SQL database and the language is also good. The querying language for there is a querying language and it's easy. other for than the MySQL database. So
Mhm.
I'll prefer working with MySQL.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I believe that because of the big data, right? So and then the number of the volume of the data is quite different. One of my friend, he is doing the MRI research. He told me that he have to use some type of relational database to do analysis because the volume of the data when he use a relational database will be so slow and also maybe not able to handle all kind of calculations. So that's why I have a question. So what is the performance about two type of database? In my experience, I more work on SQL, right? I more work on the data analytics, like using Tableau, Power BI to connect to the database and then do analysis. That's why wow, I saw your visualization. That's cool. So yeah, hopefully, we are planning to have a new project with using a non-relational database. Hopefully, I can learn more from this project as well. Yeah. So right now you are preparing your graduation. So what is your plan right now? And then what is your after your graduation?
Right now, I am applying to various positions and preparing for interview. Uh, and after I graduated, I'll start full time in where I'll get wherever I get the job.
Mm. You will,
So
you will, yeah. Yeah, for sure. You're so talented. And then also, I think that we talked about before, and then when you need help, and then we can try to help you to connect to uh, different profession. So maybe also healthcare. I have some friends. They're working for healthcare. You do data analysis, right? Data science is your uh, specialties. So one of the projects from my friend, she do not have a IT background. She for social health, public health background. So, but when she keep developing her career, so she work more like what she more work on more data related projects. So then she transitioned from her position to more like the data analytics. So, but I think for you will be more organic, right? So you have already understand the data part, how to using the computer science to analyze the data. But you figure out what industry you are going to go, and then you just need to pick up the industrial knowledge. Then will I believe that will work for you very well. And then one of my friend, he have a computer science background. So when he graduated from the school, he went to Addison, California Addison, to do data scientist. They one thing I learned from him, their company, they do not trust the weather report from the public system. They create their own database. Sorry, not database. They create their own analysis using to connect the different weather tower then to forecast the weather, because that will affect their energy productivities from the power generator. It's so fascinated. So hopefully don't you will find something you really like, the industry really like, and then you will able to further explore a different technique in terms of your skill. Yeah. So, so uh, can you share, do you have any suggestion and recommendation to your country when a student they want to apply to USC?
uh, before yeah, when you apply to USC, get into contact with seniors, knows how you should have a very thorough knowledge how things works in US. If it's USC or any school, if any other school, but you need to connect with your seniors. It would be easy for you to adjust into this life if you have prior knowledge of the working of any university and what kind of difficulty to expect and how you can tackle them. uh, because they have been here for years, and they have faced the same difficulties, so you won't be facing those difficulties.
Hmm.
So just contact with your seniors before coming to USC. I would say that to my country.
So I believe that after this interview, a lot of people were going to contact you.
Actually, a lot of people contact me on LinkedIn and asking me about what's the procedure, how are the course work, what's the on-campus or perspective, everything.
Mm,
Because US is an expensive school, and everybody wants to know if they can get an on-campus job to pay off their expense, and is it, and at the end, what are the job opportunities and what is the market. So
mm,
I got these questions a lot.
yeah. Oh, that actually, this question I want to ask you too. So how you overcome your financial difficulties?
uh, but the on-campus job helps me a lot because when I was working full time, I almost paid half of my semester fees from the my on-campus job work, and the living expenses and my day-to-day expenses, they all cover. My on-campus job covers that up, and I able to save some money too from there, and it it gives in. I use that in next semester, so I
Mm,
don't need to ask my parents for money, much money
mm,
for the fees. It just the fees. Other expenses are paid by me.
mm. Yeah, so this is a lot of because some of the students they may not have an opportunity to get a connections to get a work study. So I feel you're very smart, so you kind of get a right connections and also find hopefully the work you're doing is relative to your to your future careers too.
Yeah, it is directly related because the technologies that we use at ITS, the type of uh, the workflow, how we get to, like, how we derive the needs and how we proceed forward, it's very similar to the life situation in the real big companies.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's very helpful.
got you. Yeah, because as the very beginning, before I work with you, I also get two programmers, but for some reason, they cannot continue the works together. And then also, I feel one thing is hard is when I work with student workers, um, when we to try to come up some scope of work that's tough because students they have a very limited schedule, and then also they never have exposure to this type of workflow. And then for me, I wish we work together for a while, so you also understand that to create a workflow to make sure that mm, uh, to will make the work more efficient, right? So we're using the Bitbucket, we're using Conference, so that's even though when the position you transition out, and then for our programmer also can easy to go through your history and to understand how it's work, right? Can you share about what is your opinion or what is your experience about the workflow management?
Work from uh, home is a bit relaxing and adjusting because you don't need to go to a campus, and it's like if your hour starts at 9, it's okay. You if you wake up at 8:30 and freshen up and start your work. But if you are working on campus, you need to get up early, prepare for your day, and then take everything and go work on campus. So
Mm,
at home, it's like you can do at your own pace, and if you are not able to complete your work in that span of time, you have time at the other day, at the end of the day or at the night, you can do your work again, continue your work from there.
got you. Cool. So I think that that's is a really great conversation. I think that I'm going to wrap up a few more questions and then for this interviews here. So what is your favorite college tradition, Ashka? So can you share with us?
College.
Yeah, college. Yeah, I mean that your tradition, your favorite tradition in your school.
Favorite tradition? I'm sorry, I'm not getting you. Like what?
So do you have any like activities, events you enjoy the most in your school?
Oh, in school, uh, we I and my friends we gather at the in the weekend during night and we play and watch movies. So
Mm.
these are the uh so every weekend that's the our thing we used to we do.
Oh, yeah. Is this in the campus or you just go?
No, on campus, it was Levy libraries are high place. We could say that when the campus was open, it was our get together place
Hmm.
because the in the bottom floor there's rooms where you can book and study. So we used to study there along, and we used to play there too, and spend the whole night during our assignment, playing and enjoying ourselves.
Wow. So that you could use for the library.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, also our Levy library is a 24/7.
Yeah, it's 24 by
I
7.
have you stayed late overnight?
Yeah, I have stayed late. It, it's not 20%. I don't think so. They close it off at around 3 or something.
Oh, really?
So we
Hmm.
yeah, so we used to stay there till
Until
the
they close.
guard comes out. A guard comes and no, it's time you need to leave. So then we used to leave from the library.
Oh, you know what? I have one time I have a class study from a program, and then I gather my classmate in the Levy library so that we spent a long time, but not stay late. So because I know that they open very late, I wish one time I can try to see what is the learning experience, study experience in the library or when overnight. Yeah. So because you come from very different background, I come from design. I also have IT, but I'm do not from the data science background. So can you share three very successful scientists in your field to me?
Data scientist.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know much more about data scientists or anything, but if I should name one, it's Andrei Burkov. He's a person on LinkedIn. He's a very good machine learning engineer,
Mm-hmm.
and he published a really good book on machine learning. So he kind of helps the young data scientists and machine learning engineers. So I would say we can look up to him and for our future references. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I will look it up. So yeah. So what is his name again? What is
It's Andrei Burkov. Yeah,
Andrew?
that's Andrei
Yeah,
Burkov.
send it to me. Yeah,
Yes,
send it.
I'll send it to you.
So okay, so I also, yeah, you mentioned you mentioned that more than one time during our conversation. To get connection is very important, right? So it's not only to you can make friends, also you can help you can ask for questions. So now is your time. So if someone want to contact you, they want to ask for questions. So how they can find you?
They can find me on LinkedIn. I'm actually very active on LinkedIn because right now we are just searching jobs and everything. So my LinkedIn is always open 24/7 right now. So you can contact me on LinkedIn.
Oh, so what is your name in your LinkedIn names? They can find you
It's Ashka Patel.
as Capital.
Ashka
Okay.
Patel. Okay.
All right. Cool. Thank you so much. I can so I good luck for your for your I know that you're going to graduate very soon in how many weeks? 2 3 more weeks?
2 3 weeks. Yeah.
Oh,
End of the April. I'll be done with my final exam at the end of the April, and we have our graduation ceremony around 14th May. So yeah.
mhm. So are you going to walk in person?
Yeah, we are going to work in person.
Me,
Yeah.
me too. I graduated in last year, and then
Okay.
because last year they have to cancel the in-person ceremony, so this year they do it again. I will do it again this year.
So you got your cap and gown. Chi. You order your cap and gown.
Yeah, hopefully we can take pictures together.